Chosen one. Your ego, the physical part of you, knows sovereignty, Lipar, but it never knew what it's called. It never gave it a label, so it was always reacting towards what it truly knows about itself. Remember, in order for your own mind to use what's inside of it, it has to be aware of it first so that it can observe how it interacts or integrates itself. After that, it starts giving it a label so it can have access to it, and it starts giving it a definition. You know you are prideful, but your pride only activates when you have somebody else who reveals their pride as well. Have you ever been a top student in school simply because there's a top student in your class? 1448 on the clock, 14% on the battery, Leparalak, 444 on the time at the bottom. So it's all about chosen sovereignty right now. That's what I'm sensing from you guys. Before the awakening happened in your life, you used to be a type of person who you knew you were better off alone. You knew that you can question things deeper, but sometimes you were stimulated by the outside world's pressure or tension. That's normal for the ego, Leparalak. That is normal. That's just the normal behavior of you being aware of greatness around you. Nobody's telling you that life is a mirror. Nobody's telling you that life is following you at the time. So you'll be smart in your own house, in your academic sectors, in your workplaces, and then your own self will send you somebody who's as smart as you, somebody as capable as you, somebody who's a leader as you, but they'll be hidden to you. All you feel is the pressure they bring. Now you'll know how you make other people feel because they make you feel the same. And if you do not address it the right way, you might react instead of respond, Paralak. You will be a smart person, and then they send you somebody who's as smart as you in a different in a different physical body, in a different race, but they possess the same energy as you. And then suddenly you want to elevate, you want to level up, you want to comply even better, 2 times more perhaps, to what they are giving you. It's normal, Paralak. And then you wake up one day and you start giving these pressure points that you've been interacting with in the world a name, a sovereign space in your life. You're like, oh, I'm so smart. I attracted smart people who challenged me to be smarter than what I thought I was. And then after that, you start asking yourself important questions like, okay, if somebody else or if something else can trigger me to be better, then that means I'm already better within. That's why I can access the better part of me when they show up, when it shows up. Now you're not pointing fingers as to who caused this. You're looking at yourself with your reactions within. Because they are a mirror of you. I am your mirror, Le Paralak. If you love the wisdom I display on your screens, if you love the way I interact with the world, if you love the way I just challenge myself to see more of myself within on camera, that's because you are the same. But you're using me as a mirror to trigger you. That's why when you have jealousy over somebody or something in life, it is only because you also want it. But you never gave your ego a teaching, a lesson about it. So you project, you start hating if you're not healthy within. Instead of recognizing that you have a smart lover who's as smart as you. After all, if you're a leader, there's no way you're going to attract a non-leader, Le Paralak. You are going to attract a partner who also challenges you. I remember with me, most of the time I leveled up because the counterparts I was choosing were also smart, Le Paralak. Yes, there's only when I met my divine wingman at the time, or somebody who was posing as such at the beginning of my awakening. You can go to my Divine Wingman series on my Divine Union playlist, Leparalak, and find out how this person changed my life when they were around me. I found a better version of myself. I was more proud. I was pursuing bigger brands just because they were there in my life. They were not doing so, but because I was around their energy, I felt greater too. And when I left them, I started asking myself questions like, oh my God, where is that power that I used to feel? Because I can't be with that person. We're not together anymore. They don't fulfill me that much and I don't fulfill them. Hence the separation. But now that I'm here alone, where is that power that I used to feel? And then the awakenings happened. I started asking myself real questions like, I'm tired of letting the outside world trigger me to be better or to be worse. Where are these things within me that I just access whenever these things are around me? So I'm giving this nugget to you too, chosen one, to let you know that if you're watching your favorite artist on radio, on TV, on Spotify, wherever, and you feel like you're part of them, that's because you are the same. Especially if you start freestyling or singing along with them, that's because you are the same. It's just that that person is showing you what will happen if you take yourself serious. That's all. So you will have to praise your artist. This is why you can't take it personally when somebody throws shade at you in a freestyle. You're just inspiring them. But if they are doing it toxically, then of course your people will have to challenge them to say, hey, since while you're hating on our person who's working hard to maintain their sovereignty, why don't you do the same? That's your shadow now revealing who you truly are within. You are the one, Leparalaga, but your journey requires you to see your sovereign state without the outside world. So at that training of your life, you will look at things in a wonderful way. That all along you had it within you too. There's no need to be jealous or compare yourself. Your own mirror came through your best friend, who somehow seems to be smarter than you. Your own mirror came through your boss, who somehow seems to challenge your own leadership within. Your own mirror comes from your partner, who loves you so much and you wonder why they're doing it, and you can love them or yourself the same. That's because everybody in your life is revealing to you what's hidden within. That's why the mirror requires you to do your own shadow work, Leparalak. Shadow work doesn't mean cutting things off. Shadow work means cutting off the bloodline that is externally feeding from you, or you externally feeding it. So you used to love and give when you were in a relationship. Where is that part of you now that your partner is gone? Where is it, Leparalak? It's still there, it's just that it needed a trigger. Now that the trigger is not there, can you access it without a trigger, Leparalak? When I was going through my awakening most of the time, I was introduced to these questions that I was asking God. I was like, God, there's no way I'm gifted. It can't be. I have to share this nugget with you, chosen ones, because I am human after all. Yes, I am in this human vessel that you guys call it. That's the name you gave this humanoid we're living in, right? I was asking myself questions. It was my ego trying to rationalize what was happening within me. There were no labels for such. I didn't know any terms called chosen ones. I didn't know any terms of sovereignty. I didn't know these terms. I didn't, Leparalak. I was a person of the world like everybody else. And then I was like, God, I met this lady in a taxi. They predicted things about me. How is it that people can do this? God, I met this other lady in a queue in a mall when I was buying something. They predicted things about me. How is it that people can do this? I was constantly wondering, Leparalak. And then one day God said, I have it within me too. Because how else was I attracting these people to tell me this? These people were my mirror that we below. Deep down, you are also sovereign, but you deny yourself that part of you. You understand, chosen ones? I had to go through that, and you're going through it too. You are realizing that every spiritual speaker on your timeline, every speaker or preacher or healer or coven that you have within, the cult that you are in, it's not bad that you're in a cult. That cult represents who you truly are. If your cult prays against people's own righteousness and tries to defile it in any way, that's who you are too. You are jealous, Leparalak. That's why you're hanging around people who project hate on others. Yes. That's why you attack sovereign people online, isn't it? You attract them, but you hate them. Why are you doing this? Your shadow is asking you, chosen ones, if you're still stuck in that place of comparing yourself. Your shadow is saying, why are you hating things you attract, Leparalak? Why can you not see yourself within them? So give your ego time to adapt to things so that you don't project hate, Lepar. Transmute. If you're a musician, transmute in your music. If you're an artist, a painter, for instance, transmute in that arena, Leparalak. If you're clairsentient, transmute in that area, Leparalak, because you do attract these things as mirrors to reflect to you who you truly are. And that is why your shadow work is going to be proud of you. Your gifts will unlock fully because you now accept the accountability that whatever you attract is your own fault, Lepar. You attracted the presidency you are living with, the country you are in. It reflects your life, Leparalak. Your community, it reflects it. There's nobody to blame. Your parents, you attracted them. You want them to raise you. Why? You called it in, nobody else. It's your life, Lepar. Morena Buipelo says it's your life, Leparalak. What kind of God are you? Morena Omufengwena, Leparalak. Which God are you? Can you take sovereign responsibility and accountability and accept that you attracted Buipelo? Even if you hate me, you attracted me on your timeline. Why do you hate something you called in with your life force? You see now, there's nobody to blame, chosen one. So integrate perfectly with understanding, and become somebody who understands how the world works. You are the one, Leparalak. That cold drink that you're drinking, that smoke, you attracted it. It's your mirror. Why do you attract something you do not like? If you like it, you will embrace it because you embrace what's within you already. Loyal Leparalak.